Will Canadian Professor Richard Albert be removed from the Constitutional Reform Committee? This evening, we delve deeper into concerns from church leaders that the professor has a pro-LGBTQ and a pro-abortion bias. We have responses from the government as well as a legal expert.
First, the position of at least two church groups on Professor Richard Albert's appointment to the Constitutional Reform Committee.
It's a fact he has a pro-LGBT abortion bias, but we still emphasize that a non-national of that persuasion, and that especially around now, when we know that these kinds of biases are making inroads in other nations.
Against that background, Chairman of Jamaica Cause, Dr. Alvin Bailey, believes Professor Albert should be removed. He is the only international expert who has been added to the Constitutional Reform Committee to discuss changes to the Constitution as Jamaica moves to become a republic. Dr. Bailey argues he could easily influence the other panelists to support changes to the buggery and abortion laws.
It flies in the face of us breaking our sovereign ties and becoming a republic, that we can't draw on the people of competence that we have in Jamaica. We have persons of every persuasion, every bias, every stigma that is available in our country that we can use to chart our own direction.
So is this enough to remove Professor Albert from the committee? At today's post-cabinet press briefing, Information Minister Robert Morgan said the Minister of Legal and Constitutional Affairs, Marlene Malahou Fort, will soon address those concerns. However,
the issue that consumes the conversation is not a matter that is being contemplated by the government. The government has not articulated that this constitutional reform process will disturb such wide ranges of issues. Our intention, as articulated by the Prime Minister, is pretty much to focus on the republic status of Jamaica.
For a Jamaican barrister in the UK, Matunda Makulu, the concerns from the church are not founded.
Because they do not focus on Professor Albert's scholarship, which is primarily in the area of comparative constitutionalism. They have not cited any articles in which the views that he expressed are somehow intellectually warped. You're attacking a scholar whose work is renowned internationally.
Mr. Makulu said he's disappointed in the church and the concerns do not warrant Professor Albert's removal from the committee.
Could we have found a comparative constitutional expert? No, in the Caribbean, no, because we don't have someone who focuses on constitutional amendments. I've looked at the faculties across the region. I've been one who has advocated that there ought to be a Caribbean-based law professor on the committee. And I will say that, and I also think that Professor Albert should be on the committee, even if there was another law professor from one of the faculties in the Caribbean.
Going forward, Mr. Makulu further indicated that focus should instead be placed on who will replace the British monarchy as head of state and ensuring the public is well informed about it. Kelisha Williams, TVJ News.